Week 10 was absolutely insane. We had fourth quarter comebacks, overtime thrillers in Germany, and some shocking upsets that nobody saw coming. But guess what? Week 11 might be even better. Today, we're breaking down all the early betting lines, the biggest matchups, and what the odds makers are telling us about this loaded slate of games. Let's dive in. Before we look ahead, let's quickly talk about what happened last week. The Bears and Texans both staged incredible comebacks, erasing double-digit deficits in the fourth quarter. The Dolphins shocked everyone by taking down the Bills at home, and the Saints pulled off an upset against the Panthers. Plus, we got an overtime game in Berlin. I mean, how cool is that? Week 10 had everything, and now Week 11 has some seriously big shoes to fill. Let's talk about the heavyweight fights coming up. In the NFC, we've got the Seahawks traveling to face the Rams in what should be an absolute war. Both teams are tied for the best against the spread record in the NFL at 7-2, so something's got to give there. Then on Sunday night, we're getting Lions at Eagles, two juggernauts going head-to-head. Philly opened as a 1.5-point favorite at home, and both teams have been money this season. This one's going to be electric. And in the AFC, the Chiefs are coming off their bye week to take on the Broncos in a massive AFC West showdown. Kansas City's laying 3.5 points on the road, and they desperately need this win to stay in the playoff conversation. Let's start with Thursday night, Jets at Patriots. New England opened as a 10.5-point favorite, and they're absolutely rolling right now with a 7-game winning streak. They're 7-3 against the spread, which is the second-best cover rate in the league. The Jets are coming off a win against the Browns, so they'll look to keep that momentum going, but this is a tough spot for them in Foxborough. Now we're heading to Madrid for Commanders versus Dolphins. Here's where it gets interesting. Washington initially opened as a slight favorite, but after Miami's upset win over Buffalo, the line has completely flipped. The Dolphins are now laying 1.5 points. The Commanders are starting backup quarterback Marcus Mariota and just got blown out by the Lions, so Miami might be the play here. The total also jumped from 45.5 to 47.5, so expect some points in Spain. Let's talk about some intriguing line movements that caught my attention. Panthers at Falcons started with Atlanta as a 4.5-point favorite, but that's dropped to 3.5. The Falcons are dealing with some jet lag after returning from Germany, which could be a factor. Steelers are still 5.5-point favorites over the Bengals despite that ugly loss to the Chargers on Sunday night. Pittsburgh's offense looked completely lost, but Cincinnati's defense might be exactly what they need to get right. The Bengals also have a rest advantage coming off the bye. Packers at Giants has Green Bay laying 7.5 points, up from a full touchdown at the open. The big question is whether Jackson Dart plays for the Giants after leaving Sunday's game with a concussion. If he's out, that line makes a lot more sense. Buccaneers at Bills is fascinating. Buffalo opened as a 6.5-point favorite, but that's dropped to 5.5 after their upset loss to Miami. The Bucs are one of the best road teams to bet on this season at 4-1 against the spread away from Tampa, so don't sleep on them. In the AFC, we've got some division battles that could shake up the playoff picture. Texans at Titans has Houston laying 7.5 on the road. Tennessee's been terrible as a home underdog at 1-3 against the spread, but they're coming off a bye. This game has one of the lowest totals at 38.5. The under hits in over 60% of Texans games, but the over hits in nearly 67% of Titans games. Somebody's trend is about to break. Chargers at Jaguars is a sneaky, huge game with both teams currently in wildcard spots. Los Angeles is laying 2.5, but they've been awful on the road at just 1-3 against the spread. Jacksonville's been solid at home, going 3-1 ATS, so this could be a trap game for the Chargers. Ravens at Browns has Baltimore as an 8.5-point road favorite after winning 3 straight. Cleveland's perfect at 3-0 against the spread at home this season, and they're 2-0 as a home underdog specifically, so that's a ton of points to be laying on the road in a division game. The Seahawks at Rams matchup is must-watch television. LA is favored by just 2.5 points at home, and like I mentioned earlier, both teams are 7-2 against the spread. The Rams are 3-1 ATS at SoFi Stadium, but Seattle's been perfect on the road at 3-0 ATS. This game could easily come down to the final possession. 49ers at Cardinals has San Francisco as a 3-point road favorite, jumping from 1.5 at the open. The big storyline here is Brock Purdy potentially returning from injury. If he plays, the Niners should be able to handle Arizona, who's just 1-3 against the spread at home. And wrapping up Monday night, Cowboys at Raiders has Dallas as a 3-point favorite after opening at 3.5. Both teams are coming in well rested, but the Cowboys are 0-2 against the spread as a road favorite this season, so be careful there. A few quick betting trends before we wrap up. The Patriots and Rams are tied for the best ATS record at 7-3, so back them with confidence. The Commanders are tied for the worst at 3-7 ATS, so fade them until they prove otherwise. And keep an eye on road favorites. They've been struggling this season, with several teams having losing ATS records away from home when favored. Week 11 is absolutely stacked with incredible matchups from Thursday night through Monday. Whether you're betting these games or just watching for fun, this is shaping up to be another epic weekend of NFL football. Which game are you most excited for? Drop your predictions in the comments below, smash that like button, and subscribe if you want more NFL breakdowns every week. I'll see you guys in the next one. Let's have a week!